this has really, really been on my heart for the longest. When people judge each other by either what they see on social media or what they think they see, we really, really have to be careful about assuming that other people's lives are just so perfect and spotless. And listen, I'm not saying that the things that we see may not be happening, because they may be, but I really want our focus to be how we can better our own lives. And even before that, how grateful we should be for what we do have, and I think gratitude is something that is so important, because if we are truly grateful for what we have, who we have in our lives, the things that God has enabled us to do, we would not have any time to be focused on, other people. And I notice I said focused, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist or, some genius to notice how well other people may be doing, and I think it's a great thing. And, so when I talk about gratefulness, let's be grateful for other people's success. Let's be grateful that God is in the business of blessings, right? Because whether it be that new job or that new business opportunity, or getting married or having children, any of those things that, come on now, if we're honest with ourselves, that we look at other people and see how much God is blessing them, right? Doesn't it seem like those of us, for instance, who want to, let's say, get married or have kids or get that job or whatever it is, or that brand new car or whatever it is, don't we notice when other people get that blessing? It's like, okay, this is just a really kind of simple example. Let's say I want a new red car, right? Don't we know that every time we see that spanking red new car driven by somebody else, we notice it, right? And it's a scientific. It's called the reticular activating system, believe it or not, or RAS for short. And basically, it's the things that we begin to notice because the things that, either we care about or that we want, that kind of stuff. And, but I'd caution us to really, really be careful and discipline ourselves when we can. And we feel ourselves kind of floating away or just kind of drifting off in thought and lamenting on how much we don't have, or just thinking that everybody just has it going on and we don't have it going on, that you just stop, that you just halt, right? Halt, HALT. I'm sure many of us can think of the famous HALT example. For those of us who don't know, HALT stands for, it's basically just kind of something that we use to stop ourselves, right? So H stands for if you're hungry. Be mindful, right, of making critical decisions, or kind of, really, really going there in our thoughts, right? If we're hungry, because that can have an effect. If we're angry, right, that's the A. L for lonely, or T for tired. All of those, it may sound really simple, but trust me, it makes a huge difference. And I think the HALT example came from, I really want to say, AA meetings, right? HALT, I think that's what it came from. But regardless, we really, really want to be mindful and discipline our thought process when it comes to just being, depressed or sad about our own situation, and looking outside and seeing what looks like a perfect life for everybody else. There was a movie, can't think of it right now, but the person mentioned they wish they had the life of their friend on Instagram. I think it was Mary Jane, the show, and Mary Jane said, I want your life, your life on Instagram. In other words, all the things that look so perfect, right, with the filters and all of that, and family pictures and the success and all of that. And you can be mindful that many of us tend to put our best on social media, right? So that is really much a measuring stick of what we should look at and feel bad about, if we don't have those things. So I just want to come on and just share with you all, let's be grateful for what God has given to us. Now, that doesn't mean that we should just settle, right? I'm not saying that we should just settle, but what I'm saying is be grateful, okay? The fact that you woke up this morning, be grateful that you have a roof over your head. Be grateful that you have food to eat. Okay, and guess what? If you have a job, if you are employed, be grateful for that. Okay, and if you're not employed, be grateful that you can still learn some new skills, some new things you can learn to better yourself. You know, there was a young gentleman that I was talking to, and his whole department was outsourced by machines. And you know what that tells me? First of all, it's a bad thing, but you know, you can look at it a different way. It gives you the opportunity to learn a totally new skill set, or perhaps to build on the skill set that you already have. And listen, we all have to step our game up. We gotta step our game up. It reminds me of when presidential candidate Hillary Clinton was, at a rally, and she kind of made some faux pas in what she said about, we're going to put the coal miners out of business. And trust me, it was not artful. It was not smart. I don't know what she was thinking about when she said it, and why she said it like that. But what it told me is that it highlighted the fact that as new technologies emerge, and as companies look to be more efficient, I mean, come on, and it's the way of the times, that we also have to step our game up. Okay, you always have to be looking at how to better yourself or learn something new. So this way we can continue to be competitive. So in our own lives, let's not look at someone else and say, "Oh my gosh, they have a perfect life," and let that get us down. Don't do that. Look at yourself. Call that a mirror, opportunity, as opposed to a magnifying glass, right? As opposed to looking at someone else's life, right? Spending an inordinate amount of time looking at their timeline. Come on, guys, right? Looking at their timeline, but instead look in the mirror, okay? And be grateful for what God has given to you, and ask Him, what can you do to sharpen yourself, to build upon your skill sets, or to learn something new. So guys, I hope this has blessed you. And, for more inspiring messages, log on to my website at www.SadeDennis.com.